It's Fat Boy and Powers Inc. Tonight's the night. It's the revolution. Why is it always some old black and white boy telling us young fellas that we ain't relevant in a world that embellishes like a relative content from these elements? You call them stars, I call them settlements, cause they didn't settle.
Welcome to another episode of the SquadKast Podcast. I am your chef. I am your host, Chefin. Gentlemen, introduce yourselves.
It's your boy Black.
Powers.
Brother DJ.
You know what it is. All that excitement coming out the gate right there, ladies and gentlemen. So, thanks for joining us today. We got a fun little show for you today. Hopefully, you'll appreciate our building upon the first episode of two's foundation and just growing, and hopefully you're growing with us. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, how's everybody doing today?
Pretty good.
Pretty
on
good,
this rainy
man.
day. Pretty
Excellent.
good.
Yeah, this cold week actually turned into not too bad today. I suppose actually a little bit of sun's out. It's a little chilly, but it ain't treating us too bad. Better than the rain from this morning.
Definitely.
All right. Let's see here. So, gentlemen, I told you I had an interesting topic to run past you guys today. Just to start off with here today. This is fresh on my mind. This just happened. It's big news in the media. And let me cover up the labels on this for. I don't want to give no undue advertisement, right? Undue advertisement.
Until you cut the check.
Right, absolutely.
You cut the check,
absolutely.
then you get
My
sponsored.
little parts
you know what I'm
today. It
saying?
was quite a battle to get this bad boy started today. So, that being said, the N-word, gentlemen. That's what I'd like to talk about this morning. We're just opening up with the hot one. Gina Rodriguez, you know who that is, right? She was on Annihilation.
Yeah.
She's in some damn, what do you call it? Disney animated movie. I don't know what the hell it was called, but she was in it. She's made some problematic statements, if you will, but her recent one was on IG reciting the Fuji song.
Verse. I remember. Okay.
Fuji La in particular, you
I
know.
didn't know who the fuck she was, but now it all
Right.
makes sense.
Bro,
Okay.
she's famous now. Trust me.
Okay, now I know.
Oh, yeah,
She's famous now.
Famous
Well, I'm just
from
saying,
before.
like
I'm
she's
wondering, like,
well
who the
known
fuck
now.
is
She's
she?
Right.
a household
Absolutely.
commodity now.
Never
So-
seen her before.
All right, so but you know, out of that, I've seen a lot of interesting conversations. You know, I'm not one for hopping on Twitter and blowing the fuck up and being mad about shit that I hear people say and whatnot. Just this damn super sensitive culture we live in right now, where you say one thing wrong and that's the end of you. You know, that's just not my style. So,
Right.
That being said, I've just been watching the conversations going on. Ran across a couple where just folks are really just having that conversation. Who can, who cannot. Say that. And I know recently, DJ, me and you have talked about
Right.
The fact that you're trying to move away from saying that.
Right.
Maybe you've got a few reasons why you still do or not. And Powers uses it all the time. I'm not sure. No, I'm just joking.
No.
Foul motherfucker.
No, I'm just joking. But no, you know, and me myself being biracial, I had an interesting, you know, one foot in, one foot out type view on it. So. That's why I just want to talk about it for a few minutes. You know, is there someone, I get that maybe we shouldn't say it, but is there specifically people who can and cannot, or is it just no matter who you are, we just got to get rid of that, and where do we go from there? Well, let's start with DJ though.
No, I want to be the last person.
You wanna be the last
to
one?
address that? Yeah.
Oh, Powers, then I guess that you were elected just like that.
Well, you know I don't say that.
Absolutely,
He's
yeah,
fine.
That's a
for
fact.
sure.
Yeah. I don't think it's appropriate. You know, I get it. For certain individuals, you know, where you're from, and
Right.
how you grew up, you know what I'm saying, where
Right.
you're at, you know,
Right.
the people around you. But for me, it's, you know, I personally, when I first came out here in Iowa, they didn't like the way I talked anyway. So.
Right. Never
So-
mind what words you were
Yeah.
saying particularly. Right. Now I
So,
can
yeah.
appreciate that.
But I just think wholeheartedly if you know, try to get away from that so that way, because that has a powerful meaning behind it.
For
and everything
sure.
Like that.
Right.
So you're leaning more towards ultimately maybe we just shouldn't use it as
Just
a whole.
abolishing the whole term.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I can appreciate that. Black, what you thinking, man?
I feel like, yeah, we do need to come past it ultimately or get past it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a big hurdle take a lot because we've been saying it for so long. Ultimately, I've tried to make strides in not saying it as much. I'll admit that. But yeah, we do need to get past it and know people that's not of our color should be saying it. I would always say that's not right, or it shouldn't be done.
Right.
Facts.
Okay. Now, let me go ahead and tackle this.
Right. So you go then, and I'll go last on my opinion.
All right. First of all,
Get them.
the word nigga actually is a word that dates way back, even before slavery and all that.
It's a derivative of an old word, isn't it?
The word nigga comes from the word negus, Negus. It's an Ethiopian Amharic word that is a title of nobility. Some people will say it means prince. Some people will say it means king. It even goes further than that into ancient Kemet, the ancient pyramids, the dynasties. This is before Christ and all that other shit.
Right.
It's Nedger, Negg, or sometimes the pronunciation might be fucked up, and some people might say Netter, Neter. But as time goes on, obviously the words change. So then as time goes on, the Spanish get a hold of it, and it becomes Negro. All right? Then it gets Europeanized into nigger. Then it gets urbanized into nigga, is what you have today.
Right.
Now, I don't want to make subscriptions to that word because of how it was introduced to my people. And I don't think that brothers and sisters should identify with that word today, especially as we really don't even have any identity and we're slowly finding out who we are as a people every day. Also, even the justification of the word, how people say, oh, I'm just using it, how, that's how me and my people talk. That's my homeboy. That's my nigga. And I get that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's just a poor choice of word.
Ultimately.
And it was strict. The original meaning for it has been stricken and taken out of context and out of our culture. I'm pretty sure when you look at this, a lot of people don't even know the word and how it derived in anything. And if you don't believe me, just Google it, YouTube it, whatever. Do your own research, and you're gonna see negus, Negus, is an Ethiopian Amharic word that is a title of nobility. If it would have stayed the way it was, then I would have no problem with the word. But henceforth that we know where it is now, and we know how destructive it is, I don't think that we should be identifying ourselves with that. That's why I'm saying that I'm trying to get away from it, because I just think it just holds the people back in general.
Okay, I see. All right, well, I can appreciate that too. So I mean, obviously, unanimously, if that word could never have existed, for sure, for the better. But I don't think...
No, you can't say it never existed, because I gave you the history of it.
Absolutely, but I'm talking about the more recent, the more modern negative
the urbanized
connotation,
word
and
of
that
it.
was then turned and urbanized now as to it's just in the lexicon of urban America. I mean, obviously, if it could just be gone, great. But I think I will be lying to ourselves if we didn't think it would just be another word. If it wasn't the N word, it'd be the C word, it'd be the D word, it'd be the Q word, whatever other term that we would have been labeled with and used to separate, or to be used derogatory towards us. So I don't necessarily think even if we didn't use it, anything would be necessarily better per se. It would just be, motherfuckers is evil, man. Plain and simple. And if someone's got the ability and power to oppress you, I mean, there's no difference between the N word or the Q word, the C word, the Z word, whatever the word is.
No, it's a big difference to me, because when you know the history of the word, and then that history is taken from you, and it's flipped around to demonize you, now you have a problem, because intellectual people who do the history know what the word really means, where it came from. Now you're taking it, instead of the word meaning prince and king, now we're taking it and flipping it into something totally different, to where it brings the people down. And our people have been brought down so long and so much that it's just embedded in our culture, and that's how we just identify ourselves. Hey, that's my nigga. Don't fuck with my nigga. Don't fuck with that nigga. He a snitch. We don't fuck with that nigga over there. that light skinned nigga over there, I don't fuck with that black nigga over there. You know, it's crazy. So I mean, I don't know. We can agree to disagree.
Right. Absolutely. But
you know, the history of it for me, it just means something, and to see it to where it is now, it kind of, you know.
Absolutely. Well, that's the that was a topic I really wanted to talk about.
I'm glad we got that out the way.
Right. Personally, as far as who I believe can and can't say it, honestly, you know what? I just, there was a long time ago that I decided I'm tired. I don't really care what most people say in most instances. You know, physically, that's kind of the boundaries that I respect more than anything. Short of attacking someone I love personally, or people, or someone who's defenseless, I really don't give a damn what anybody says.
Ultimately,
people should really just respect the rules of life, and that is, if you out here talking reckless, something may happen to you as a result of that.
Exactly.
So keep that shit in mind. You know? And I can't save you, and I won't save you.
Don't cross the line.
Absolutely.
Don't be that person.
Know where you're at. Respect your
the
lane.
boundaries.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. All right, well, let's get past that then, gentlemen. So today, like I said, I wanted to actually talk about men in relationships.
Oh shit!
Right?
Oh shit!
Right. Are men not in relationship? Maybe just some views on a few, on just a handful of the topics as to what that could even mean. Because if I say men in relationships, I mean 10,000 questions just start blowing up.
It's gonna be some hurt motherfuckers today.
So, I actually have an interesting story to share with you. I'd like to get your particular opinions, right?
Yeah.
I don't have an exact name and a date or a place just to protect the innocence.
Yeah,
right. Just, so
Jane and John
Doe. But there was
Doe.
a scenario in which you find yourself a male and a female on the old, in the world of internet dating or online dating, that is.
Right.
And things were going swimmingly between the two. Hitting it off, dick pics, tit pics being exchanged openly, freely.
Typical shit that's every day right now. Yeah.
So mutual conversations happening online. These two young folks decide to meet in person.
Right.
And, they feeling confident about who one another are and, ready to take things to the next level. Now, they get to this agreed location, a restaurant, and the young lady shows up completely different. Totally caked in totally caked in makeup, and she even has a wig on. God! It's total opposite.
Does the wig even make a difference? That's everyday shit, right?
I guess that.
But listen, but the difference is though that it's so extreme. It's almost clownish to how this guy perceives how she looks to how they've been talking with each other online. Like he sees this totally different looking person.
So I guess that would go into the 53% of cat profiles are damn near catfished in the U.S.
Potentially, absolutely.
That makes total great sense.
Absolutely.
But even just the most recent in the Meg Thee Stallion lyric, she said that something like she'll send a dude a picture of somebody else's titties. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
That's genius shit.
Like,
genius shit. And bro, you brought it on yourself. Get the fuck offline.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it gets down like that. Like, this is not an uncommon thing. Catfishing.
Right.
Shout out to Manti Te'o, who's the first.
So,
Powers, am I lying?
So,
I'm like, he might not be the first, but he's the first.
Yeah.
Major motherfucker that we know.
Got him.
These two are they're having this moment, and this guy's realizing this is not the same person I've been fucking with online for so long, right? So he's so like turned off by it and confused and has all this anxiety that he gets sick to his stomach.
Okay.
So he excuses himself, goes to the bathroom, throws up, and then can't shake it, and decides he wants to leave. He bounces.
Okay.
Leaves her stuck with a bill. He's gone. Now this shit ends up in court a few months later because he basically died and ditched her.
Judge Judy.
I don't know what court. I think it was just like a local civil case. Right. Yeah. So the guy's telling the judge like, listen, a different person showed up than who I've been talking with.
Fuck you mean?
And I was just I was at a point of being afraid of who this person actually was now. Like, totally unpredictable. This could be a serial killer.
Right.
This lady could have it out for me, whatever. And I just was so caught off by it. But I felt for the safety of my own person, I had to leave.
Did he win?
Now, the judge was like, be a grown-ass man. tell her you ain't down,
Right.
and pay her your half at least, and you should have left like a gentleman. He had to pay the whole bill plus punitive damages. They didn't take him to the cleaners, but it definitely costed him.
I mean, I can understand that ruling.
Right.
I mean, he did go out like a coward.
And he did say, if this is what the cost was, so be it, and I'll accept your
Right.
ruling.
Your
or whatever.
ruling, yeah.
So that's the story. Like, what an amazing catfish, where it got so bad it ended up in court, and he still had to pay for it. But the girl was the one who was in the wrong. And I couldn't help but thinking, if it was a female in those shoes, if it was a guy who literally the exact opposite. If the guy showed up with makeup on his face and a wig on. If she said, Judge, I was scared to death.
You didn't even gotta say makeup.
You're right.
Like, first of all,
not a toupee, a fucking wig.
Well, women get on brothers about their hairline and shit now. Motherfuckers can't even wear hats. They what's underneath that hat? Front. Let me see what's underneath that hat.
Not the lace front.
You know what I'm saying? So now you got brothers that they go to the extreme. They get like the toupees, the airbrush. Hairlines from the barber. That shit costs $75 a wop. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like to fit the profile that they delivering to these women. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's crazy, but it happens. And like I said, Manti Te'o was one of the first well-known people to get catfished. Shout out to him.
Is that the home slice whose girlfriend the whole time was like a different person or something like that? The football player?
He was a football player at the University of Notre Dame.
Acting like he was a sick girl or something like that?
Nah, and I guess whoever it was, like, it was crazy, bro. Like, he had obviously never met this person, right? Just online communication, maybe text messaging and shit like that. Mm-hmm. I don't even think he actually talked to the person physically on the phone.
Face to face.
Not even face to face, just voice to voice. I don't think he did that.
Right.
And then the stories come out that the person's fake and all this other shit, and boom, this is where you get catfishing now. Yeah, and then you got the show on MTV and all this other shit. Shout out to Manti Te'o, you the first. No cap.
There's a time when I used to do a little online dating, or attempt to, and I met this chick one time, and I used to tell Charles, like, man, I got this super hot chick online, and Charles would tell me, like, bruh, that chick is catfishing you. Like, don't fall for it. I used to swear to God, like, nah, man, I'm pretty sure, man, this is the real deal. This is the baddest chick ever. And like, I'm telling you, motherfucker, don't get your heart broken.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you, motherfucker, something real quick. The baddest bitch is not going to be online on fucking Tinder, POF, or any of these other online dating platforms. You want to know why? Because if she was the baddest bitch, that wouldn't be needed for her. She would have men just throwing themselves
just
at her.
Talking to her.
Yeah, just on a regular basis. Real life shit, not that online shit.
Maybe all this online dating shit, though, is fucking up normal human behavior, in that men are forgetting how to engage women face to face,
I think it goes on both ends.
And social media is fucking up as a whole. It ain't just online dating apps. It's fucking social media. Facebook, Instagram, all that.
Elaborate
shit.
More, please.
Come on, bruh. You got females just showing ass and tits and then mad when a motherfucker approach them about
I agree. I've always been an advocate of that.
Hold up, but let's talk about that, because is there a point where it doesn't matter what she's doing, where the male is just supposed to respect her humanity and not do anything inappropriate?
Powers, go ahead and address that real quick.
Powers, holy shit.
I hope to God, instead of keeping my daughter out of the strip club, that she stays off Instagram showing her ass.
But if she was doing that, should she not have the right, and men should also respect her simultaneously?
Okay.
That's a heavy hitter.
I get the
heavy hitter right there.
Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I respect every woman. You know what I'm saying? This is how my parents raised me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
facts. All women get respect on this.
I don't respect any.
Right.
My parents didn't raise me. A pack of wolves did. I just want to clarify that.
No.
Shout out to my mom and dad, though, for leaving me with that pack of wolves.
We can all respect women, but ultimately, if you're not portraying the image to respect, what do you expect?
So
if you're acting like a hoe and get treated like a hoe, then
basically, my brother Dale put it in eloquently. You can't be on Instagram showing ass and titties every day and then get upset when a brother comes at you in a sexual way, because that's the perception that you're giving off.
Facts.
Whether if you're trying to show off your body because you work out, you eat good, you take care of yourself, personal hygiene at an all-time high, okay, I get that. Make the post about that. But if you just literally twerk videos and all this other shit, which we see 90% of the time on all social media platforms, then how do you expect one to perceive you? 90%, or if not all men who are heterosexual, are going to want to come at you in that type of fashion.
But listen, you have sons, right?
I have sons and I have a daughter.
So
she's 9.
So let's say your son see a lady like this on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh my God, Dad, look at this whore. I'm trying to get with that." Do you tell him, "No, you shouldn't be with that kind of woman," or "No, you shouldn't think of women in that way"? Even if they're acting that way, should you not look for and expect and even think that what they're doing is within their own rights to do that? You're thinking about, let's just say, breast out, right? No shirts.
Right.
Men can run around with no shirts on. I don't personally. I respect the world. But men can run around. I seen a dude yesterday driving around with his fucking shirt off. I was like, boy, they tripping out in Urbandale, but it ain't that nice.
Right.
65 degrees, motherfucker. But women can't do that, and if they did, men would think something, and you know, some men would think something and approach that.
Men can do that women can do. I mean,
but not as far as expose their bodies.
That I get that. But all right, look.
Hey man, I'm just asking the questions. I'm just trying to figure it out myself before I have a daughter and I have to think about this shit on a real level.
To address the first question, when you said, "How would I tell my son to perceive the woman or whatever?" Right. First of all, I would tell my son, you have to respect all women.
Absolutely.
All right. You have to respect all women until they give you a reason not to. All right. So we're just going to leave that there. As far as so that would eliminate him calling her a whore and that whole perception. And would I tell him to pursue a woman like that? I would have to leave that up to him. I'm not going to tell him yes. I'm not going to tell him no. Because the simple fact is, there's women today that do that, and it's actually their business.
Right.
You know.
For sure.
So if that is your source of income, which in today's society, those type of people, Instagram models, whatever you want to call it, make a pretty good damn living off of that shit.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? They're living pretty wealthy.
Instagram models.
You know,
that's the job.
You know, exactly.
It's on their fucking resume.
So if that individual does not have something going for herself, if she is not motivated by anything other than just posting ass and titties to get likes and views,
right,
then hopefully my son, over the years of me grooming him into his young manhood, will be able to realize and make that decision on his own
and decide
and say,
if
hey,
she's doing it for the right reasons or not,
right?
And respectably,
yada
yada.
Raised better.
Right, I get it. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, would I want my daughter to engage in such activities? No man will want their daughter to do that. But at the same time,
if that was her legitimate hustle,
they're going to grow up and do whatever they do anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? All you can do as a father is, with any son or daughter, is groom them to be able to make the right decisions. Now, what they do outside of that, is up to them. And then you have no control over that because they're adults. But hopefully your moral value system that you believe in and that you instilled in your kids, they will hold that near and dear to their heart and be like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't do this.
Right.
Because this is how I wasn't raised and my mom and dad wasn't raised. And they didn't teach me this. I'm following the perception that the society that I'm seeing on social media every day.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's my perspective on that.
All right, well, let's talk about internet dating in general. What was that stat you gave us, Black? About 58% of people are online dating?
Was it 53% of online dating profiles are damn near falsified?
Or falsified.
So that's catfishing.
Now, I'm gonna say this out, John. When the brief moments I was online, my shit was true. Now it was not. It was a very thin profile. It was, here's some photos. My name is Derek. Get at me, man.
Right.
Like, what do you want to? I didn't know what to do. I didn't understand. It was more awkward than talking to any female ever face to face. Online dating seems like like I'm gonna get ripped off. This is not smart.
But I'm gonna just
This
keep
is
it
not
real,
smart.
bro. Most of the fake profiles. First, I'm gonna make this clear. See, I don't want the women upset with me.
It's too late. They already upset with you. It's
There
too
are
late.
gentlemen,
They're
there
mad
are
at you.
men that will have something fake amongst their profile, whether it might be a picture, their age, actual status as far as single, married, whatever.
But that's a cultural, traditional issue we have amongst men where
that's
we like
shit,
having these
that's the
pissing
shit that
contests
that's the
about
shit
who's
that
the
men
biggest, the
do.
baddest.
That's the shit that men do. But also, women do the same thing. That's number one. But then women will take it a step further.
Grab me one, bro.
Ours, me too. Not to interrupt what's going on here. We're just getting refreshments.
The beer run.
I mean, yeah.
The
Next
beer
time we'll
run.
hit fucking stop powers.
You know. But it's like, first of all, here, pass that down.
No avatar. We're blurring that shit out.
Women,
No ads. No ads.
women have to realize and understand
brother.
that they have the power. Real shit. They have the power.
Absolutely.
Like
you know?
they know
And
whether
it's
they're gonna
some
fuck with a
big-
dude off the rip.
I thought this was for you. Oh, is that yours, man?
Yeah. I guess.
Oh, okay.
So like I don't understand for one why they would have to go to the extreme to catfish and all this other
Stout.
shit. You know what I mean? Make
Drinking them fucking-
crazy profiles and maybe use pictures that are not theirs or just have like okay,
Damn them stouts.
like for a more plus size woman, right? Most of the time when they have a picture, all you're gonna see is this.
Top side.
Top side. This is a fact.
Listen, I don't.
This-
hold on. That's true, man.
Hold on,
I don't know.
this is a fact.
Hey, man, listen.
This is a fact. Hold on, this is a fact.
The ones
so,
that are more ashamed of their body.
Right.
I don't know. What about that
So-
homegirl
so-
who's
so-
the
so
model
the-
for the big girl model now? She's all famous, Megan something or some shit
but
like that. I
that,
don't
but
fucking
no,
know.
I'm not
I mean,
saying
big
that.
girls
But
ain't
all I'm
afraid
saying
these
is
days,
all
man.
I'm saying is this: if
And
you
half America's overweight as it is, so that shit is what
exactly,
it is.
so it doesn't mean there should be no shame in that. But that's the self-conscious of the woman. They will go to the extreme to just show the upper half of their body, and then the man only gonna go off what he sees. So then in your story, when you talking about
catfishing and
he comes to the
people
thing
look
and then a
different
woman,
and
that's what I'm saying in
So
there.
so then you all you see is big titties, nice face, and all that. But then you
that
come
sound like
in,
a rap song. Big titties, nice
Hey,
face,
I'm doing a project in
big
December.
booty, nice waist.
And then she come in and you know what Smokey say in Friday.
Oh, she
Some
had
thought
ate
she was
twice
Janet
before
Jackson,
she came.
and this look like Freddie Jackson.
Oh, that's what
Come
she
on,
said,
man,
right.
that shit is real. That shit is real. You know what I'm saying? Brothers
For
can't.
sure, and I don't know
brothers
that
can't
it's,
fake
shit
shit like
versus
that,
small
man.
necessarily, but I mean,
Bruh.
men and women alike all lying about who we are, what we
Yeah,
what we
but to
possess
me,
and all of that, so.
it's more done. It can be more manipulated on the female side more than the
I
man's
don't know
side.
if that's
Oh,
true,
that's
man.
his brother.
I think that's only true if men are weak-minded. You know, a lot of men are. Men
But
are
a lot of men are
over-sexualized
weak-minded.
and
But
they're
that's the
just so
society
caught
we're
up on
living in.
those-
That's the society we're
Look,
in.
I see a nice pair of titties, I go, what else? What else?
Exactly.
What's she trying to?
Because that's what you're supposed to think. That's what you're supposed to think. Like, what else you got to offer?
A little bit more personal.
Some people just see that and be like,
Well,
okay, and then just
so-
jump all over it.
Well, Black, have you done online dating before?
A little bit, yes.
Just a
I
little,
have.
just dabbled. You just
Yes,
dabbled
I
a bit. How did that? How was that adventurous? Was it
Um,
mundane? Was it successful? Was
I would
it?
say mundane. I mean, ultimately, all that is. Ultimately, I look at that just for conversation because you're not really finna get nothing out of that. You wasting your
Yeah,
time.
the odds
ultimately.
are right.
I'd
Yeah.
rather meet a person in person than doing something online.
For sure.
It's too much.
Yeah, I'm definitely way better in person than I am online. I'm like, hello, period. Like that's it. And
Definitely.
you're being weird. What do you mean? This is not a real conversation.
Like I said, that 53% plays a whole lot into all that. It's okay.
Right. I think online dating should have those things like you ever like try to log in sometimes and they be like, prove you're not a robot. And you got to click on all the signs with signs in it. Click on all the squares with a car in it. You know, one of them shits. They might weed out some of the idiots, you know.
Yeah,
Just go through 3 or 4 rounds of that and be like, all right, some of the more smarter folks are online now. That should just be the rule for getting internet access in the first place. Every day you got a basic mental exam. If you can't pass that shit, you get no internet. You got to be on
And
that
that's kind
shit.
of sad because 45% of the U.S. is single, and it's kind of scary to know how much of that 45% is doing online.
45 single and they all lying. That's why they're single. They all fucking lying, man. Every one of them lying to one another.
Scary.
Hey, I'm a millionaire. There's no way you're a millionaire.
But hold on, man.
You
hold
got a
on,
badge
man.
like me. There's no way you're
All
a
right,
millionaire.
so 45% of America is single, right?
Yes. Sir.
And I could somewhat agree with that. But I also posted a meme not too long ago that a person can say they're single all they want, but there's somebody that they fucking with.
Definitely.
There's somebody that they fucking with.
At least they trying to.
No, somebody's busting them draws either way. Because I don't believe, I cannot believe a man, a heterosexual man or a heterosexual woman that actually has a sexual appetite that can go without some form of sex.
It isn't fulfilling it, right?
Definitely.
I mean, that's just the laws of physics.
So
right
you
there,
can,
isn't it?
that's where the whole friends with
basic human
benefits come
instinct.
from,
Right.
fuck buddies and all this
Right.
stuff. We can just go fuck, but we ain't gonna be nothing.
Right.
And so in that regard, you still single. But you fucking with somebody, though.
But I don't like you that much. You should know that. Black. I mean, not black. I'm sorry. Powers. You have on a black shirt. Through me. Powers. I know you've done some online dating.
Damn, he put you on the spot.
I stay away from that stuff, man.
Now you
Very,
do, huh?
Very, very scary.
No, let's talk about any of you. Can you give us?
I've
one
been
experience?
catfished, man.
God
I
damn.
don't want to talk about it.
Okay, what
but
about-
I've
It
been
was painful,
catfished.
goddammit.
She sent me the top shots, and then she dropped the bottom half, and it was over.
See? I look like the fucking Messiah if there is
Right.
one.
DJ, you was right, and
Thank
I was
you, bro.
more jealous of the bottom half when I was seeing it. I was like, God damn it, what the fuck?
And you sent her actual shit of you.
Dude, I was
Because you have nothing to shame. You have nothing to be ashamed about. Dale,
Super
you know what I'm saying?
And
Exactly.
with the dog
He
too. He had
sent
a
the
puppy
actual,
dog too, shirtless
and
with
then
the
she
puppy
sent the
dog.
bullshit, and then look what we have. And then she probably got mad at you.
She did.
See what I'm saying? That's crazy.
And
yeah.
she was like, anytime you're downtown and you want to hang out, you know, give me a
What
call.
about the other girl who was upset you didn't want to go ham on the chat with her?
So it's like 2 in the morning, right? I'm on there, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little
It's
tired.
about 2.
I've been hustling all day,
Hustling, baby.
doing my thing.
Every damn hustling, Rose.
Yeah. So I'm talking to her. And she wants to come over. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm about to go to sleep. And she's like, well, talk dirty to me. And I was like, ah, shit, I'm about to go to sleep. And she was like, you fucking pussy. Click. That would end all experience online.
No, it's probably good it didn't work
and,
out.
yeah.
She was just too demanding, man.
I think, like
Bottom
G
line.
says, man, I like meeting people in person, man. I guess I'm old-fashioned as far as morals and standards.
And
and
that's how
shit
the
like
fuck we
that,
were
you
raised,
know?
man, is to have
Yeah,
conversations
just go up and
face to
talk to a
face,
chick,
you know.
and you
I would
tell what
definitely
you
rather
got.
tell someone to go fuck themselves face to face than online. Cause,
Yeah.
Because
But this-
online, there's still a conversation to be had.
But
in
this
person.
goes back to what Black said. Because of social media and the engineering of social media, people have lost the art of communicating.
Social
True,
media ain't
man,
shit
it's
but dick
true.
pics, ass shots, and fucking
Yeah.
bouncing titties.
If it
Yeah.
wasn't, if Facebook and all Twitter, all this shit was gone,
And memes, my bad. Memes,
how
my bad.
how would we today, as men, communicate with women? It would be fucked up. It would be a lot of damn baby,
Right, just that. Just
You
that.
know,
Just damn babies.
like
damn
what the
babies.
fuck? Like, are you intellectual? Can you start up a
Right.
conversation?
Yeah.
Can you tell a joke? Can you do something? Because without that, I mean, like I said, and like I agree with my brother. If it wasn't for social media, you know, the internet warriors, keyboard kings, you know what I'm saying? Because most people feel like, oh, I can say whatever I want online or the text messages or
Right.
whatever,
Facts.
because I ain't got to hear their voice, I ain't got to listen to how how upset they might be and all that other shit. It's just words.
Bruh, I'm new to Instagram. Like this, I would say I'm probably like a year and a half in, maybe 2 tops. So that's probably new compared to a lot of everybody else or everybody else.
About
Like
3
I said.
years in, something
But
like
still,
that.
I've been on it for a
the
while.
fact that motherfuckers just get on there and comment to other motherfuckers and say the outright outlandish shit and don't have no
Oh, yeah.
disregard
See,
to
man,
what the fuck they're saying.
I was just talking to someone about people on Instagram,
Like-
and they hate how all these people just be fake living, and they got the best lives in the world on the gram.
Fake reality.
This is exactly why I only follow like artists,
I
and
mean, if you're an
photographers,
artist, you can
people
do
who
that.
have like jobs basically and are using it for Instagram.
Well, this is why
that
I
way
don't.
I just stay motivated to keep working, man. Shit.
And this is why I only use social media for my
Promotion.
battle rap purposes, promotion,
Yeah.
business, shit like that. Because social media will have you fucked up. Especially if you're not in a good situation financially, relationship wise, whatever the case may be. Social media will have you fucked up and in a jealous rage of people because
have you
the
at
way
the bar
they
spending your last $10 trying to keep up with some shit.
the way people
why the
just,
fuck
but
do you
it's just
even
not even
care?
that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
why do you care?
Ain't none of these motherfuckers paying your
Some of these
bills.
motherfuckers is just portraying the image on social media just to do it because they don't want people to know how really fucked up shit is for them. And then you seeing this because you might be a person down and out like, damn, why they got to get the new car? Or why they always on vacations?
Feeling some sort of way
feeling
about
some
that.
sort of way about it. And in retrospect, that's not even the life that they really living. You probably don't know how many dicks that bitch had to suck to even do that shit. You don't know how many fat bitches that brother had to fuck to get whatever, tax season is coming up. Don't act like it ain't coming up. Tax season is coming up, motherfuckers.
Facts.
Now I've done a little online dating myself too.
Talk about it.
Now most of it was just like Black was saying, real lackluster, didn't go nowhere. A couple basic conversations.
I believe it.
I did actually meet one person though. Oh man. Now I
I'm
guess I
hesitant
only
to
met
do
this
that whole
person because they
meeting
were
shit.
so different and wild from any person I'd ever ran into ever online. I was like, fuck it, let's just see what this bullshit's about. She told me she was married. But her and her husband had, what do you call that kind of relationship?
Open relationship.
Yeah, it was particular.
Swinger?
Nah, I forget it's a particular. Basically, where they're allowed to have
Fucking
a boyfriend
everybody
and
else.
girlfriends,
Yeah,
themselves.
it's an open relationship.
So I said, fuck it.
You went in.
Talked to her a couple times.
Okay.
Did a couple things.
Okay.
Nothing too serious.
Nothing wrong with me. Go
Man,
ahead,
but
brother.
then when she hit me with the Facebook chat with her husband in the background, and he says hi to me. He says hi to me. I said, you know what? This is just not for me. This isn't traditional. This is not traditional.
What the
So
fuck,
I
man?
couldn't really. I had to just end it right there, So, and I ain't trying to boost myself, but Big D has a little effect on the homegirl and whatnot. So it took a hot second. I had to, get some bullshit email or text or something.
Shake,
long,
rattle,
drawn
bro.
out. Oh, bro.
Get up out of there.
Holy shit. Shout out to my father for giving me the gift of bullshit.
Mr. Bailey.
That
Mr.
email
Bailey.
was chock full of it, all right?
Hey.
Brother.
So online dating, no, man, that shit it's not real. It is not.
But no, what I would say
it's
is
a fantasy land, and then when you meet each other in person.
if
it's a fucking
you're
bomb.
doing online dating, you have to change your perception.
Yeah.
If you sign up for online dating thinking that you're gonna meet the husband of your dreams or the woman of your dreams, my motherfucking friend, you have been mistaken. The percentages are not with you.
Facts.
So you
Less
need
than
to change your
11%.
mindset
Facts.
and just look at it like, hey, I'm just trying to find something to get my shit off on. You know what I'm saying? Because that's basically what it is. She looking for dick, you looking for pussy. Let's have a good time and end it like that.
And that takes me into that last fact you was talking about earlier before we started here about divorce rates. And but it doesn't matter. That's why you shouldn't fuck around online anyways, because the relationship's probably gonna end. It doesn't really matter.
50%.
You've got a better chance of sussing that
divorce
shit
rate
out face
in
to
the
face
US.
than you do trying to just make a digital connection. So 50% in the US,
Definitely.
man, and about 45% of people are single.
Yeah.
So I guess that other 5% of people, once they're in that divorce, they're like in some quasi state of single yet in a relationship. That's an interesting fact.
That'd
I
be
want
a
to delve
loveless
into that
marriage.
5% at some point if we get an opportunity, fellas. So keep that in mind.
And I'm going to leave you with this last fun fact that 15% of marriages end in sexless marriage because of sexless marriage.
Not just
15?
not just marriages, relationships in general.
Well, listen.
15% of
Okay.
men.
I give you that, bro. Listen, fucking is important. Doesn't
Yeah, it
matter
is.
what type of relationship,
Oh,
but
yeah.
a heterosexual, a gay, bisexual, doesn't matter. Fucking is important. Everybody.
Very important.
Now, I'm not saying you got to fuck every day, okay?
Why not?
Well,
Get
listen,
'em, G.
because not everyone's capable. That's why I'm not saying that. But I'm saying
I'm sorry.
once a week, right?
Once
Saturday.
a week.
Hey.
What?
Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. Hold on.
Once
All right,
a
go
day.
ahead. I ain't gonna cut your wisdom.
Can I
Hold on.
finish?
Let's not cut his wisdom.
Can I
Let's not cut his
finish?
wisdom. Let him
Can I
go.
finish,
I'm gonna
gentlemen?
kill that. Go ahead.
Y'all act like y'all just got done fucking before we hit record.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, baby. I gotta get up
Pause.
to this podcast right quick. Listen, though. Listen. What I'm saying is that, reasonably speaking, two busy motherfuckers. They got a family. They got kids to raise. They got things to do. People to see. Money to make. Decisions to decide on.
Okay.
Right.
What you need to do is make sure you're fucking as well. Once a week, that seems healthy to me. Now, me personally, I don't want to necessarily get too deep into the details between me and my significant other. I mean, but
It's not healthy enough.
oh, we be banging out more than
No,
once a
I'm
week.
not.
We be
One
like,
time,
maybe,
is unhealthy enough.
you know, we do a little. We touch hands like this often. We do with the fingertips. And then bam.
Once a week, I don't even.
You know, I'm not saying that you have to, but that
I don't
seems
even think that's even
reasonable.
possible.
Minimum.
I don't even think that's even possible.
At least 3 times.
That's
Okay.
the minimum. I'm saying it's in a
2 days
acceptable.
span. I don't give a fuck what you talking about.
Whether
One
you-
day.
I would
And
say
aren't you single?
Yeah.
in a
Yeah,
seven.
so you every
Right
other
now,
day.
no, I'm saying-
Hold on.
Fuck
Fuck
that.
that. Hold
I'm
on.
First off, if I'm
Single.
with somebody.
Hold on. Single,
Well, this cat-
married,
this cat's gonna be a little
relationship,
hot.
whatever the
Someone's gonna
case
be
may
mad.
be, that doesn't matter. You should be engaging in some form of sexual activity at least 3-4 times a week, maybe more. And I say that because as a man, you know eventually your dick ain't gonna get hard. No, for a while. You know,
I don't know
the
about
older
my
you
shit
get,
forever.
hold on,
I will be
yeah,
125 with a fucking
Yep.
steel rod tearing through
Shout
my
out to
pants.
shout out to Viagra and Cialis. But the laws of nature, your dick ain't gonna get hard forever. So me knowing this, I'm really trying to fuck as much as I can.
Possible, right.
As much as possible, because I know at a certain point in time, there's gonna be a point where I can't even please this woman because my dick ain't gonna be able to get hard and stay hard
you're gonna wanna be able to,
because I'm gonna be
hey,
like
baby.
50, 60 years old.
And you remember 15 years ago though, I was laying it. Don't you forget that.
You know what I'm
shit.
saying? And the female has to be understand too. Like, bitch, your pussy ain't gonna stay wet forever. You gonna dry up like a prune too, motherfucker. Like, hold, you better let's get this shit going now.
Now, you see, but listen, actually, you know what? That's not true. Not now. Because we are, gentlemen, we are part of this revolution. This technology revolution.
Technology.
When we are 65, we're going to have some sort of a mouse-sized device.
I don't need a device.
Where
I
we
need
just,
my
we
own.
put it right. We just put it on our
Fuck all
shoulder
that.
and all is correct with us. And sex will be the best thing in the world.
I don't
Fuck all
believe
that.
that because at the same around this time we supposed to be in flying cars like the Jetsons.
My boy.
You know what? I'm going to give you that. I am
If
being
we
critical
take
of
care
why
of
I don't have a flying car
Is
right
that,
now.
so we're not gonna get into that. The year 2000, we supposed to be flying in cars and all this automated
I don't know
technology
if you
shit.
remember that movie Escape from L.A. or Escape from New York with Kurt Russell. That movie was in the year, it was like in the 1980s or 70s. The year in the movie was 1997.
Yeah.
And by then, New York was turned into a giant prison. There was drone planes flying around everywhere.
Look at
None
the
of that
date
shit
of
came to
Judge
fruition.
Dredd. When it was
Escape from LA was like 2021, and 1 year from now, brother.
Judge
2 years
Dredd
from
was
now.
based in the 2000s,
all that.
and they had flying
There
cars
you
and all
go.
that shit.
There you go.
You know, so yeah. So can technology
But
evolve to help
sexually,
sexual
come on, but
relationships?
we're
Yeah,
so-
it probably could, but not to that
We're
extent.
very selfish individuals, and listen. Also, I know there are sex robots now. They got those sex dolls.
Sex
now.
dolls for the men that
They
can't
got-
get
I
it.
mean,
doesn't-
Hey,
it-
Bud
it
Bundy
doesn't
revolutionized
Very
that, by the
sexually
way.
driven society.
If that wasn't for Bud Bundy, sex dolls wouldn't exist. Shout out to Bud
I
Bundy.
fucking like that, man.
Oh, there we go.
all that shit
Married with
fine
children.
and dandy, but that shit don't substitute for the real thing. Fuck all
don't.
that robot shit.
Absolutely not.
That
Absolutely
shit for
not.
the birds.
Motherfuckers are so crazy, they even go to the VR shit, virtual reality, out here grabbing air tits and shit like that. Like, motherfuckers, you crazy? That is
All
not the
that
real
shit for
deal,
the
No,
brother.
I never thought that virtual reality could possibly replace the real thing.
Brother, some
Never,
people are
right?
like that, bro. Like, they get off on that shit. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
That's
you
the
fucking
motherfucker
kidding
that's
me?
more into the mental than anything.
Yeah, well, yeah,
than the
mental
physical.
stimulation.
Fuck
Some
outta
people get
here.
off on that.
Well,
I
let's
need to feel
transition just a little bit then. A little bit. Men and women, obviously the topic of equality as a whole, especially when we're talking, I mean, just transitioning from a topic about sex and sexualization and whatnot. Yeah. How men view women versus, traditionally now, yada, yada, yada. Right now, the big movement is for men and women to get on this plane of equality. Listen, I'll be the first to tell you there are clear differences between men and women that are absolutely undeniable scientifically. You just can't get around these things.
Facts.
Sure, there are some human beings that are just lesser than others. It has nothing to do with sex. There are small, weak individual people, and there are big, strong peoples on both sides of that sexual line.
Right.
Bottom line, though, there are some differences between women and men, but equality is still achievable in just about every day-to-day arena as far as I am concerned. That being said, do you agree? Is there a quote-unquote traditional role for women, or is it anything you can do, I can do as well, if not better, if I apply myself, man or woman?
I'll start off.
Please. I like that ambition, brother. I appreciate you, brother.
I follow you. I agree. I mean, ultimately, we've come a long way. We've come past that a while back ago. Ultimately, the whole they just cooking in the kitchen thing. If a man just depend on a woman to cook, you a sad ass motherfucker to begin with, in my mind, because you should know how to cook. But I mean, they work just like we do, and they can do
Mr.
the
Cajun
jobs that
style
we
himself.
can do.
Right.
Fuck you, motherfucker.
Mr. Cajun
But,
style himself. Okay.
But I mean, yeah,
Continue.
I feel like they should get the money we get if they working the jobs we work. Why
Absolutely.
not?
That doesn't even make
shit,
sense.
They put in the grind and the same shit that we doing.
Why do I want that kind of
You know what
resentment
I'm
in the
saying?
workplace?
That shit makes no sense. If your lady getting that money, why would you want to stop that?
Exactly.
That makes no sense.
But that also comes up from the upbringing. Some people might come from a background where they're taught that the man is the head of the household. He's supposed to have the job, and the woman's supposed to take care of the house. Now, I'm not saying that that's an excuse, but I'm just telling you that I've even had dialect with people who were brought up that way.
And
They didn't believe that their wife should be working.
I understand it, and I don't disagree with them. If that's the way that they feel, by all means, I don't fuck that. If I'm grinding, we can both grind. Let's get this shit together.
Right.
It doesn't even make sense if we can both get money while we're not both getting money.
Because in today's society, one income is not enough.
This fucking world will eat you alive.
If you
without
got
that
one
money.
income, that man or woman has to be making a substantial amount of money in their
and the most
profession.
hustling woman I know personally is my lady, man. She got 2 jobs. She works more hours than anybody.
And I would say that's
She's
women in general.
undercompensated as far as I'm concerned, man.
There's so many women that I know that have legit full-time jobs and part-time jobs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like
And
they're
that's
the most
just
hustling motherfuckers out
Just
here.
to compete with their counterpart, their male counterparts.
Well, I wouldn't even say to compete with their male counterparts. I would say it depends on their lifestyle. If you have a person that likes to travel and shit like that, then they're gonna work to accumulate that income so they can live that lifestyle. Some people might just be in debt, and now they're working to get their way out of debt.
Right.
You know what I'm
There are
saying?
different scenarios there, absolutely.
I would say, different scenarios determines, how much you're gonna work and shit like that. But I commend the women on their grind. I'm all for equality.
Absolutely.
I'm actually, from a historical content, women were just as powerful, if not more powerful than men.
Absolutely. I don't know how the fuck that got.
And
we can argue about how that got lost in the context.
That happens in these false religions. But we'll talk about that on
And
another
listen,
episode.
I grew up around nothing but women for the
Me
most
too.
part. I had no brothers. And those
I
are
have
the
brothers and
strongest
shit like
people
that,
in
but-
my lives, and I have yet to doubt a woman in my life personally. So, as a result of that, I mean, those are my particular heroes. The most of the folks that I looked up to in the role models. So,
Like,
you
I
can
didn't have no
understand
dad,
that
bro. My
knowing
dad
that.
went around. I just had nothing but, females.
Absolutely.
My grandmother raised me. She was my hero. Her birthday was just a couple of days ago. She's 90
what's up.
plus
Shout
years
out to
old.
Grandma. Shout out to
Yeah,
Grandma.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Granny.
Happy birthday.
She's like 94, 95.
So, well, then actually takes us to my next question then, because right now, obviously, there's a bit, the political environment's fucking crazy with this ignorant ass bastard that is Trump.
Fuck Trump.
But that being said, we have all these, we have 2,489 current Democratic contestants.
Hey, that
running for the
Democratic field is
presidency,
fucking
right?
crazy right now, bro.
A number of them being obviously women.
Yeah.
Can a woman be president? Should they not be? You know what I mean? Is that even a question? Do we have to actually ask that question?
I would say, should a woman be president? I wouldn't say it in that way. I would say, can a woman be president?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so.
Absolutely. Okay.
If it wasn't for certain corruption and probing into Hillary, I believe that she possibly could be the president now instead of Trump. But we're not going to get into all of that other shit.
Powers, coming from a place of hate against women, how do you feel about this?
Stay in the kitchen. Gosh darn it, man. Cook my meatloaf.
If you can't make grilled cheese,
seriously,
motherfucker.
Grill fucking.
So what would you say, man?
We're just
So,
playing.
I mean,
We're
can
just
a
playing.
woman be
We're just
president?
playing.
I know. I'm all for it. 100%.
Did you vote in the last election?
No.
You son of a
I
bitch.
did not vote in the last election.
Damn it, Powers.
Really? And when it
Oh,
comes
here
to
I
we
wouldn't have
go.
voted for
when it comes,
I wouldn't have voted
I
for
shouldn't even
Hillary
said that
even
shit.
if it was. I would have just put my name on the ballot because I could have done a better job than anybody that goes in there.
And I'll chime
like
in.
that. Say
I'll
it's
go
good
ahead and
attitude.
chime in because no, I didn't vote as well. I'll admit
God
it.
damn it.
motherfuckers.
I'll admit it. I'll definitely admit it, cause I was
Y'all
torn between
bumping,
those two.
y'all bumping on that shit.
Keep it real, man.
Hit
Yeah,
on
who
now.
wants to
What the
vote
fuck
for
did
Trump?
you
Who
do?
wants to
Listen,
vote for
you know
Hillary?
what? There's this
Fucking
guy I
Hillary.
work
Yeah.
with. There's this guy I work with.
You have
this
to pick
cat
the
from
lesser of the
work.
two
He has
evils.
this
Yeah, I'm not
saying.
fucking with that shit.
There's this guy I work with. Big shout out to Greg, G-Dog, as I like to call him. He a real asshole most of the time, but the rest
gangster
of the
serving
time
life
we
in
get
prison
along
right
real
now.
tight. Like he a boss in that case. Most of the time he's an asshole.
Damn.
Seriously, get your mic out of my way.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I mean that was aggressive.
That being said, his saying is nothing changes
If you
until
don't vote.
no. Come on, Black. Can I
Whoa,
finish
yeah,
Fuck,
like,
Y'all niggas stop
oh,
cutting each other's
Christ.
wisdom. Let the brother speak. Let the brother speak.
oh.
Go ahead, brother.
Nothing changes until something changes. Now you can sit here
I feel stupid
and
for
say
listening to that.
that these elections don't matter, and that's why I don't vote in them. But if you don't vote in them, how the fuck are they going
I
to
voted
matter?
for Obama.
This was my first
I
time
voted
that I
for
voted,
fucking.
actually.
You know what I'm
And now
saying?
listen,
Like,
listen. I'm not saying that your one vote is going to change
No.
the world, but I'm saying if we find a common
who
place
did you vote for, D?
to start
Well,
off
who did
from,
you
and we
vote
can
for?
agree that
I
change.
voted.
Hey,
Hold on.
hey,
I voted for fucking Hillary
Me
because
too.
I'm not a Trump supporter. I know what type of man he is.
Right.
And
Yeah.
if you look at history, you know that the man has a hard time running his fucking businesses, let alone a country. He's filed bankruptcy multiple times.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had lawsuits against him
100%.
multiple times. I mean,
Yeah.
he's defrauded other people.
You think I
Trump
give a fuck
University.
about an
He
email
got
server?
over on fucking kids
Right.
with Trump University. And yet you motherfuckers voted this man in and had whatever belief that he was gonna make America great again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when was America ever great? Did you ever think about that? Like when was it ever great? Like, let's
Hey,
be real.
hey, T.I. just said that the other day in the debate.
You know what I'm saying? So
There,
shout
there
out to
really
Tip.
hasn't been a time where America
It never
was
really
ever.
hasn't been.
No.
You know what I mean? So when he comes with this terminology and it's catching on, and now
I
everybody
think
want to
Reagan,
believe in that shit.
Reagan,
Like, come
Reagan
on,
had
man.
the same punchline. I think it was make America great.
And he's the godfather of the crack epidemic. Ronald Reagan.
Right.
Yeah, no, I
the
don't
godfather of
believe
the crack
that shit.
epidemic.
I don't believe that shit. But if you know the one time that you really do vote, I did vote for Obama, man. I was really
Yeah, I
happy. I
was.
was
Now,
super happy.
yeah, I voted for
I
Obama,
was
but
there.
I voted for Hillary based off those facts. Now, whether she could have did a
Absolutely
better
right,
job,
yeah.
I don't know.
But you would know
But
that
I-
none of the shit that's happening now would
exactly.
be happening now.
You know
Bottom
what I mean?
line.
Like
Bottom line.
all
I wake
that-
up every day like it's the day I go ahead and get my gun.
Bruh.
This is the day of the day because shit has hit the fan. There's no more time to quit fucking around.
So we're all Democrats. Let's just throw that out there.
Yeah.
I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Republicans.
Well, I'm an independent. It's just that I happen to vote Democrat every time. Coincidence
Yeah.
than a motherfucker.
But you know, I'm not gonna sit there and say that I disagree with all Republicans and how they feel, and because sometimes they do bring up interesting shit.
I
but
want
at the
smaller
same
government.
time,
I would
yeah.
like smaller government,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
that is
exactly.
real fit.
Because we had this discussion before when you asked me as far as what type of news and shit I watch, right?
Yeah.
I only watch the shit that affects my community. I want government, and I want a government and shit that's gonna work, that's gonna have an immediate impact on my community. And if that's not gonna happen, then I don't really give a fuck. To
We
be
don't
honest
want to
with you.
hear
I can
about the
appreciate
fucking Kardashians breaking
No,
the nail.
fuck no, man.
You don't hear about them that bullshit.
I don't want to
Get the
hear
fuck out of
shit
here.
about the fucking Kardashians,
Not
man.
a
Bruh, I don't
motherfucking
understand how
thing.
the fuck that
I
shit
feel
really
like
makes
every time they
national
bring it up,
news.
that's
It
like
makes no
that's our
sense.
weakness as humanity is the
How
Kardashians.
the fuck is Kim persuading Donald Trump to give motherfuckers clemency and get these pardons and
Right.
shit like that?
And you know,
what I'm saying? Like,
ironically, the person he gave clemency to was of Latin descent, which it just is weird. I mean, how he's
Because you icing
blocking all these
motherfuckers.
cats from crossing the goddamn border who are in real trouble. They're not in an American prison getting 3 squares in a cot fucking every day. So
Politics
just
is a real
interesting.
thing.
but it comes
Right.
back to the
Economics is a real thing.
yeah.
That shit ain't.
Come back to
man.
the original thing.
Yeah.
Can the woman be president?
Okay.
Should the woman
Yes,
be president?
obviously.
I would
Absolutely,
say that yes,
100%.
she can be.
Right, I
Women
got
cannot be
sidetracked, I'm
worse.
sorry.
Women have always been in the
Yeah.
form of leadership. Women give fucking birth to
To
us.
kings.
All
To
right.
fucking
who do you
kings.
think's running the fucking household, man? Even in a traditional
Exactly.
American society.
They're the
Even
glue.
even
Glue
in
to the
businesses
puzzle.
today, when you walk around, if you in a if you work for like a city financial group or whatever, most of the fucking supervisors in management are women.
Some CEOs are women.
CEOs are women. CFOs.
Yeah,
I mean,
where I work,
like,
I believe over 60% of our workforce is female.
Exactly.
It's actually pretty interesting when I started working
exactly.
there. Very
That's what I'm
noticeable from the
saying.
jump, yeah.
They've always been in a position of power and leadership.
Yeah.
Women have groomed us.
Shit, the
You
roles
know what I
have
mean? Like
changed.
from the beginning of fucking time,
Absolutely.
man.
The roles have changed, bro.
The woman is the first teacher. The woman is the first
I like to say
sustainer.
this. My father never taught me
Stop
how
hitting
to
my
treat
fucking
women.
mic, D.
He just showed me all the things I shouldn't do.
I can't say my father.
He
My
didn't
father
teach
showed
me
me
how
some
to treat
porno
women.
magazines.
He only showed me what not
and
to
said
do.
that's what pussy looked
Right.
like.
No,
That's what he showed
my
me.
mom actually taught me how to treat women. My father just told me.
And my
what
grandmother
not
showed me how to
do.
treat women.
Taught me what not.
My grandmother and a few of my
Equality,
cousins.
100%, man, all across the board.
Yeah, we for equality. We love the woman.
100%, man.
Black, white, Asian don't matter. We love the woman.
We want to promote and we want to make sure that's
I got
100%.
sad.
All right, well then let's bring this around then. So that being said, who's the most influential female in your life? I think DJ, you said your grandma raised you, so I'm gonna take a guess there. But is that it? Is that the most influential woman in your life?
I mean, the most influential woman in my life, I would say my grandmother, because she had the most immediate impact on my life. Mm-hmm. She looked after me. She took me out of harm's way. She made sure that I was okay. She was my sustainer. She was my everything, my teacher. Now, there's also other women that I look up to based on my beliefs as far as, the Harriet Tubmans and shit like that, as far as, how they helped our people and things of that nature. But as far as my life, my grandmother's my main focus, and I probably need to talk to her a lot more, but I don't, and I have my reasons for that. But she's the one she's my everything.
That's what's up. Black?
Yeah, I would say my mom for the most part. Same reasons as brother DJ said for the most part.
Powers?
Yeah, I would have to go with my mom and my grandma too, man.
Hear that? All women.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. Like the women. I've always said is women have so much power. Like they just don't understand it. That's why I just don't understand how the perception that they give off today is just crazy, man. Like since the beginning of the time, like the woman has been the man's first teacher, the man's first everything. Because without the woman,
that's when you learn how to love from.
Exactly.
Man.
I mean,
that's
everything.
for sure. That's what my mom taught me. Unconditional love. That's for sure. Someone could be doing the worst of things to you, and you still find a path to loving them. Yeah, that's what my father. That's what my mother taught me.
Think about this.
I'm still knocking Ron Rousey out if I see that.
That makes no sense at all.
That's
gonna be a highlight.
When people make it big,
okay.
when people make it big
and
get big, like when athletes make it big or rappers, whoever, right?
Yep.
What's the first thing they say?
They always say,
without my mom, I wouldn't be able to do this.
Their goddamn daddy
without
could be
my
standing
mom,
right there next to their mom. Don't get no shot.
Without my mom, I wouldn't be here. She sacrificed everything. Because it's true.
True.
I ain't never heard somebody say my dad. Maybe John Morant when I seen him get drafted. When I seen him get drafted, him and RJ Barrett, them only two. Yeah,
Tiger Woods.
I don't know about that. Yeah.
Well, that's what his dad got him into golf and all that. His dad was I'm just saying Tiger Woods.
Rest in peace, Tiger Woods pops too, by the way.
Okay, well, gentlemen, I don't know. We're getting to the end here of the cast. I don't know if you guys have anything else on your mind you want to.
I do.
Powers, please.
DJ, how close are we coming up to your new battle?
I'm literally
November
29th, Omaha, Nebraska. I will be touching down. First time battling there, going against a brother named Comley. I got folks out in Omaha that I rock with that's going to be there. I got people that's coming from here that's going to be there to support me.
We're going to be there.
I'm going to 30 bag this boy so bad.
Get this
motherfucker. Like, yo. Cause
100.
It's
for
crazy.
The SquadKast.
Yep.
Yo, like I ain't never been the one to do a lot of talking. I let the bars speak for itself. So
Bars.
when I just see people be like engaging in hyperbole, meaningless hyperbole, just talking reckless, not knowing that one, you don't even average 300 views a battle. Two, like your whole, like just the whole everything, bro. I'm more structured, I'm more polished. Like I'm not saying I'm a vet, but I've been in this shit for a while.
Shit.
Yeah,
So
talk that shit.
I'm well rounded, and there's nothing that somebody that can say to me that hasn't already been said. I've heard every DJ flip
Been
there is.
shot with every gun.
I've been killed 30 times, 300 million times, brother. But this little young motherfucker that's talking crazy is about to get the worst. I'm about to make examples out of people from this point on. Like you know how when you good at a sport, right? But
Fucking
you know,
right.
you might be a junior, but they playing the senior ahead of you. Right. So now you gotta crack fucking skulls to prove a point? Cause you should be playing ahead of him? Yeah, that's what I'm about to start doing now. I'm about to start moving motherfucking point.
So I got a question there.
Yeah, go ahead.
So your writing process,
Yeah.
right? Do you start from finish and then go backwards, or do you start from beginning and you break down from there?
All right. I'm giving y'all some gems here because I'm
do
giving y'all some gems here. I'm giving y'all some gems here.
I just want to know because
Hold
I'm a big fan.
So,
you know what I'm saying? I hate the word fan. Let me say listener, watcher, or whatever.
I'm gonna keep it real because this is the people need to know this because they think that battle rap is easy.
No.
For one, the writing process is
no.
crazy. All right, for me, if I have an idea in my head, I have to hurry up and put it in my phone. Because then I'll lose thought of it. I probably forgot more hot shit than I ever said. You know what I mean? But so what I'll have is I'll think of the punchline first.
Okay.
All right. So then I'll write the punchline in my phone. Then I'll come back up and then write the setup to the punch.
Okay.
And I'll do this whether I have a battle or not.
You set it up for minutes at times?
Just 3-4 bar setups, 3-4 bar punch, 2 bar punch, whatever the case may be, and I have all this material in my phone, and then when I get an opponent, I'll cater that to him.
Okay.
And then not all of it because I gotta do my research, see the cities from all that other shit, and then I also tie that in there as well. But you know what I'm saying, like if you're a battle rapper or a rapper, artist, whatever, you gotta keep writing. And the number one thing is, for me, that's hard, is to come up with material that either one hasn't been said and that people can understand. Okay. Because I know that I have the tendency to go overhead sometimes. And then
that's when you're talking about video. It's
right. Yeah. And then that's when you have to go back to the video and be like, oh, damn, that was fire. I missed that. Rewind, find, there's more to find. So,
G, as a person that is, seeing it going down, how would you perceive as far as
and when's your next battle?
Yeah, hold on. If you was in the crowd, what would you like to hear?
Oh, we're going to Boston in March too. I forgot about that, by the way. We're going to Boston in March.
I'm usually on most of his road trips, so I'm critiquing this shit before we even get there.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That sort of thing. So I'm telling them like, well, what the hell did you mean with this bar, or that shit's kind of over my head, or explain this.
We just did this yesterday. We just did this yesterday. I was at his house.
A lot of dry spots right here. You know what I'm saying? You need to clear this shit up, or
is it crowd control or?
Because more so, you gotta cater to your crowd, but you really don't know what the crowd's gonna be like. But what I picked up on a lot of road games is they have you on wrestling bars and fucking Disney bars and shit like that.
What does that even mean? Like they're talking about WWE shit, wrestling bars,
like
retro wrestling bars,
like
that shit is weird as hell, man. Right, that's what I said.
They love it, bro. Like,
that's what I said,
bro. Every battle I have a wrestling bar, bro, and
so
they love
it is crowd control.
Yeah, well,
it is crowd control.
Well, sometimes for me as a battler, you don't want to really change your writing too much, because you don't want to dumb your shit down.
No, you don't want to Disney your shit up either.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's hard because trying to pander and cater to the crowd so much is going to end up changing your whole writing style. Okay. And then your bars, instead of being more potent, they're more mainstream per se. Like,
commercial, watered down, sugar-coated. We don't listen to that type of shit.
Exactly. Like the grit's not there. You know what I mean? Like anybody could take a Zion Williamson and make a bar out of it. You know what I'm saying? And just I'm the one. Whatever the case may be. I ain't about to. But you gotta pay me to rap. But you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like
facts.
Like
30 bag November 29th.
Yeah, November 29th, Omaha, Nebraska. I will be there. Boston, Massachusetts. I will be back again in fucking March.
SquadKast in that bitch.
Don't beat the table. Right. Beating the table. It's totally appropriate. Okay, gentlemen. Well, that being said, I think we're about to wrap. Okay, Power,
Oh
you just
shit!
taking
I
off the
thought
headphones.
I seen the
You
click.
just-
I seen the
Did
click.
you? God damn it.
Motherfuckers.
Hey, Joe Rogan doesn't have the headphones.
so
on.
yeah, no,
No, hold on. Did we sign off?
No, not yet. We're
Okay,
still-
so before we sign off, what does everybody got going on this weekend? What are you doing?
Myself, this is it, man. I'm gonna be editing up this episode. We'll be
Okay.
releasing the next episode here tomorrow.
Exactly.
Snapping a few pics, just taking it easy, man. It's a nice, easy, relaxable weekend.
Powers,
so
what you got going this weekend, bro?
I'm looking into vertical farming.
Okay.
So right now, I'm really into that shit, man. I want to grow my own vegetables, no GMO, none of that pesticides,
Nice.
herbicides.
That's dope, bro.
And to help out with the trees later on, you know what I'm saying? Dr. Green Drum in this bitch, you know what I'm saying?
Talk that
So,
shit.
I'm trying to get that same knowledge that Dale's doing right now. So
So-
I'm about to pick up on all that. I'm about to soak that up like a
You already
sponge.
know, Jay. I got you 100%. Anything I know, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Black, what you got going on this weekend, brother?
Work, as usual, work.
I feel you, bro. Me, myself, writing, getting ready for these battles, spending time with my kids and my family and shit like that, and just laying low. I don't really go out like that, you know what I mean? I don't engage in the nightlife like that. You know, it's just a real super duper special occasion. But that's pretty much it for me.
SquadKast, baby.
SquadKast, baby.
Well, I'd like to end this on a note of things not to say to police.
Hey, let's go.
This week's thing
that a
not
gun
to
in your
say to
pocket?
police
Okay.
is, I don't have to. It's not bothering me.
Oh, fuck that.
Do you have an example of how that was you?
Say, fuck
No?
that.
You should never repeat that line to a cop. Right?
I'm not drunk. Fuck you, me.
I do have a loaded weapon. Don't say that, okay?
Is
All
that
right,
10
well,
keys
this
in
is
the gun
another
department?
SquadKast podcast.
We love y'all.
You folks enjoy your weekend. Comment, like, share, subscribe, all of that good shit. Y'all take it easy.
Take it
Deuces.
easy. Deuces.
Oh, shit.
Really good.